Oh my God. Avenger One. My soul bro when it comes to the PvP, man. This is my boy here. Avenger One talking about the mindset of PvP and the risk and reward. Now, I am very, very much looking forward to this. I feel like very similar. I feel like we're very similar on this subject matter. So let's see what Avenger One has to say.
People just need to harden the fuck up, man. You know, I know that sounds really rude to say it like that, but people just need to chill out and harden up. You know, it's like you're gonna get attacked.
It's a 90s mindset,
it's an open
man.
world. Prepare yourself.
Yeah, right.
Train hard.
Yes.
Right. Train hard. Prepare yourself. I
Absolutely.
crashed.
Train
or
hard.
Did I? No, I didn't. Train hard. And you know, just make sure that you're ready for when the day comes and you have to fight for your life. Just expect that. Like, I don't know what this obsession with people is that they have to like sugar pad everything and everything needs to be bubble wrapped.
Yeah, everything has to be safe, and you know, I totally agree with that. Like, I don't understand where that came from. Like, everybody has to be safe. Like, the danger isn't fun anymore. Like, being in situations you're not in control of is not the type of gaming experience that this audience wants anymore, which is ridiculous to me. Like, what? I mean, that was the juice. Maybe I sound like a boomer, but I feel like maybe kids are not like enjoying like dangerous situations anymore. Like being in chaotic situations. Maybe that's not their type of game anymore. Like, is it just a boomer thing that we like the chaos? Is it a boomer thing that we like the danger? like, do I sound old when I say I like dangerous, chaotic situations? Like, because if that makes me sound old, and if that makes me sound like a boomer, then please put those labels on me. You know, I'm fine with being called a boomer if, in fact, a boomer means I like chaotic, dangerous situations. The irony that a boomer over like a younger kid loves dangerous, chaotic situations is a warning bell that's ringing in my head thinking about what our future is going to be in terms of the real world, man. Like, what the fuck is going on?
And everyone needs to be safe and nobody needs to harm anybody and everyone has to be like on board with the same group think. It's like, no.
Kumbaya and stuff.
I'm all about kumbaya, but like,
yeah,
people need to understand that it's an ecosystem. You know what I mean? Like, you know, if it wasn't for the pirates, the mission runner, like the cargo trading kind of guys, you know, they wouldn't get this rush. You know what I mean? Of like, oh fuck, I might get attacked. You know what I mean? And
like, maybe here's the thing that's happening. Like, we enjoy the rush, man. Like most of us enjoy that rush. Hell, but like, it seems like that's not the majority of people. There's like so many people. Can you imagine going in Stanton and going from planet to planet to planet and never having any confrontation at all? Like, you're playing Euro Truck Simulator at that point. I mean, there are games like that for people that want to play that. I just don't want it in a space game. Am I wrong to say that? Am I wrong to say that? I don't think so. Like, in space, dude, space in the future, isn't it supposed to be dangerous? Did we forget about the danger element to gaming? This just isn't in like space games. It's like in just about any other game that there is out there. Have people forgotten about chaotic, dangerous situations completely? Did you want to go around and just, you know, with no danger at all, flying around, just doing like cargo runs, not having any threat or possibility of an engagement? That's there's a game out there like that. It's called Elite Dangerous. Strat says it's the difference between the old arcades that were impossibly hard to play, but mastering it made you feel like a freaking god. Yeah, because there was some challenge to it, right, Strat? And newer games that need mods to be challenging and give the same fulfillment make you special for mastering it. Yeah, and when we talk about gaming in general, Strat, absolutely agree. Seeing the dumbing down of the gaming community in development and design, and seeing button smashing becoming like the major way to play games today, which is ridiculous, man. Button smashing and auto targeting have become literally the way to play games these days. And I look at this and I think that this is taking danger and the challenge out of gaming completely. I'm so happy I'm watching this. I'm really loving this video right now.
People who watch my content, I want people who come to my Discord, who train, I want you guys to be prepared. because you folks who watch this show and who watch the YouTube stuff and who come here and support this channel, you will always be up to date on what's happening in the universe in terms of the meta and what to train for and what's going on, right? Like you'll clearly be able to tell the people that follow my channel and the people who don't.
Absolutely.
You will clearly be able to tell because they won't be prepared, and that's really that's on them. That's on them.
I've been saying that day one for Avengers channel.
There's going to be a lot of groups out there that are going to take advantage. Do you really think, guys, that when shipping and trading and all that stuff comes into play, where people spend 6 million credits on a load of cargo, and that once the game gets to a point where pirates will be able to steal that cargo and then sell it, as well as stealing the ship and sell?
Yeah, he's speaking total truth right now. I know exactly where he's going with that. My friend Good Games, my Russian brother Good Games. We talked about Edge coming out tomorrow. You guys better be there. We will watch it next week on stream together. Really looking forward to my Russian brother Good Games make good machinima, and it's going to be edgy and dark. I loved it. We already looked at it, and we're a lot of the audience from here is going to go over there. Very much looking forward to that. Good Games. Very much looking forward to that.
Sell the ship. You don't think, like, you know, they'll bring it to a chop shop and then sell the parts. Like, you don't think that people aren't gonna, like, you know. I said, be prepared, pay attention, and shut the fuck up if you get outplayed. This is more than pilot skill. Right. So my friends still try to play this game, but
Starjump says, unless they make it worthwhile, trading will simply cease. And that is why I've always supported player-driven economies, right? Because the players will determine what the true value of an item is. Now, will we be able to get that, what Starlet wants with Quantum, is a very good question, and one we've talked about many, many times here on the channel. In the terms of an industrial player, in the terms of an industrial gamer, and Starlet is saying it brilliantly and beautifully, as she does. Unless they make trading worthwhile, it will simply cease, right? According to Quantum calculations, the algo will have all the NPCs still trading because it's a 10-to-1 economy. And this is something I talked about years ago. It might get a little bit boring, but it's an economy 101 lesson, and it's a supply and demand method. And one of the questions I've always had is, can the algo truly give us a supply and demand economy? Because it's not humans, right? It's not humans running it. We, have a demand for in-game items that do stuff, that actually do stuff. And we will pay more for goods and services, and that is the demand side of things as humans, and that will bump up that risk-reward trading. That will give you a higher reward. So what Starlet's saying, like, unless they make it worthwhile trading will simply cease. A true supply and demand economy with player-driven economics, right, in a game gives you the format where you can find that reward, where trading is worth it, where you can say, oh my God, this guy's paying this much, because the game design allows you to put the amount that you're going to pay in there. Now, they have the ability to do this in Star Citizen, but very, very good point. A really good talking point.
As an RPG,
what's up, little ball?
Says, you say things like that, you're a veteran of EVE. Yeah, well, I'm also a veteran of real life too. I mean, like, it's like, you think I had a choice in Afghanistan? I could go up to the Taliban and be like, hey guys, I don't like this griefing that you guys are doing.
It's too hard.
I think you guys should just go back to your sand huts and leave us all alone.
Yeah, just leave us alone, right?
Dude, that's not how life works, man.
No. But some people, and this is the counter argument I hear, some people were like, well, I don't want that in my games. I just want to relax in my games. Okay, that's a valid argument. And there's going to be two ways I'm going to answer this for those people that have that counter argument. One is, this game will eventually give you security, system security, that will allow you some modicum of safety. Okay, it's not right now. All right, it really isn't right now. We got baby 0.0 security right now, and it's kind of like people can exploit it to whatever they want. It's an alpha, blah blah blah. As the game continues to progress, you'll get it. The second way I have to answer that is, like, why play a game where the game's design has the opportunity or the non-opportunity of you getting blown up depending upon your perception. Don't play the game if the game has it in there and you're of that mindset, then the game isn't for you to play, right? Because I get it. Some people just want to sit and relax and they don't want to have to worry about that shit. But to me, that's always been the juice. To me, that's always been the fun of gaming, is like the unknown, the chaos, what's around the corner. And what he's saying here in terms of his military experience and his real life is like, hey, real life is this way. We want the game to kind of simulate that. And I want Star Citizen to simulate that as well. So when people are saying, well, they don't want that in Star Citizen, I don't think that's the game. Those people, I don't think it is the game for them then. And am I a dick for saying that? I might be a dick for saying that. But I want Star Citizen to mimic real life, game design. You see it. You see it in the game right now. You see it with eating and drinking and, there's slight survival mechanics in the game. You know what I mean? You see it in the way they've designed it with the death mechanics. You've seen it the way they design in the medical gameplay. It's in there. It's in the design, for God's sake. So I say, like, deal with it. Deal with the danger. Deal with the chaos, or don't play the game. Because I don't think people understand it. So when people come into the game and they're like, well, I don't want this to mimic real life and I don't want Star Citizen to do this. I don't think they understand the whole journey we've all been involved in and the type of game that majority of people, I will say the majority of people want, which is they want that chaos. They want that danger, You
have a military for a reason. I went overseas and fought these fucking guys. Like, they don't give a shit. They'll kill you. Like, so, it's like at some point you can't argue. Like, it comes down to a fight. So you're either prepared. It's the whole acronym, guys, of like, you're either a warrior in a garden or you're a gardener in a war. Which one do you choose to be? I would rather be the warrior in a garden. I would rather have everyone else around me nice and safe and everyone's happy, but keep my sword polished, keep my skills in check, because you never know that one day you might be forced to use it. It's like, it's not fucking rocket science, and people just don't get it. And that's what's so good about this game. The game is...
Yes, that is absolutely exactly what's so good about the game, and that's what's scary about real life, because I see more and more people switch to the mentality of like a fucking herd mentality, man. More so than ever. More so than ever. Perhaps it's because I'm in a content creator that is looking at game development and can see the majority loudest voice. And you know what? The loudest voice isn't always the majority. Usually the loudest voice is the minority. So I should just calm down. Because the loudest voice is like, oh, I don't want to be hurt. I want to stay safe. That's the loudest voice. But don't think that's the majority. It's just because they're the loud ones. It's usually the minority that are the loudest.
Because of this. Because it simulates that human interaction with each other. You know what I mean? Like, we're all just a bunch of chimps running around fucking throwing shit at each other, except for this time it's missiles. Instead, a couple thousand years ago, it was actual shit. It's the same concept. I have something you want. I'm going to take it from you.
I like that he takes it all the way back to the roots.
Together, apes together strong, right? Like, it just blows my mind that there's so many guys that don't...
that's a great quote from Peterson.
Oh, you bet your ass, man, that people are gonna, like, pirate groups are gonna specialize in stealing cargo off people. Mommy, the Taliban are griefing our base. See that on the
I worry too.
Goddamn, the influencer speeches keep coming. Clip it with some inspirational music. You'll go viral again. Oh man, I want people to just be prepared. That's all, man. Because
Yep.
It doesn't really bother me that much that people get super salty, when they get shot or whatever. But it does kind of bug me that people are so, like, what they're trying to do is they're legitimately trying to... Here's what people need to understand.
I cut it out because he probably...
Right now, we're all existing in one system, right? So it's a little rough, right? Because you got a lot of different play styles.
I say this all the time.
System, right? But people need to understand that the higher the risk, the higher the reward that comes with it.
Right. It's like I'm watching an alternate reality version of DG. No wonder why we get along so well, dude. This is crazy. This guy's got the same fucking mindset I do.
Now, if you just want to be left alone, right now, Stanton, in my opinion, is like what I call low security. So it is.
It's like low sec.
It is
an EVE Online. It's like low sec. There's elements of danger.
What we're looking for is basically different areas of space that cater to the different styles, right? So if you are a guy like me that thrives on combat, that is high risk kind of player,
about that on the DG Reacts video.
You're gonna want to
Cash.
stay in systems like.
I saw your comment on that and laughed, dude. I love that.
Now
Cash.
Earth wouldn't interest me. Earth wouldn't interest me because Earth would be filled with fucking NPC
yeah, it'd be boring as fuck, and it would be so secure. It would be, it would be ridiculously secure, and there's no way you'd be able to do anything in an Earthbound system, and possibly in Terra as well. Avenger is so entertaining, absolutely.
Security forces, it would have like probably a ridiculous prison sentence. Like, it just wouldn't be worth the risk, and like for a very minimal payout, right? So, going to Earth and trying to, hire people, let's say
minimal
Earth
tasks, minimal reward, high security
area, it's just not worth it, right?
Right.
So
get dangerous,
I do think there needs
some
to be
risk in there,
get
some reward, like Starlet was saying.
Low risk PvP or low risk environment.
Yep, Terra and Earth.
Yeah, man, like let them space truck, let them enjoy the game, right? I'm nothing against that. But if you want to go to a high-risk area, you're going to see some high-risk PvPers. So
you're going to see some amazing gameplay, too, and amazing fucking content. And, I would argue a lot of the times that people that are the safest and, like, whining the fucking most about this, I guarantee you the content they're watching is probably dangerous fucking content. They probably enjoy the fuck out of watching, like, the dangerous content, but when they're in the game, they want to put the fucking safety blanket on and suck on their thumb. Fucking double standard, fucking hypocrites, man. It's crazy. This is craziness. Who blown up my phone?
If you want to make the big money, you've also got to risk the big money. And I feel like a lot of these guys in Star Citizen, they kind of want the best of both worlds. They want to be able to make the big money without the risk, and it's like it doesn't work like that.
No, it doesn't work that way.
If you want the big money, you got to risk it.
And you know what? The sad thing is and apologies, I keep fucking interrupting Avenger One here. He's bringing up so many good points, but we've said the same fucking thing on the channel a million times for the past 2-3 years. Hell, when I was making Bring the Dangerous, which is my PvP series on Elite on Elite Dangerous, and I was doing the same thing the Avenger's doing. I was teaching people how to PvP in Elite Dangerous and find the danger and find the fun, man. But like this fog, this cloud enters my brain when I start to try and really fathom the real issue here. The people are completely fine with game design where the publishers or the developers reward people with insane amount of reward with little to no risk, because there are so many games out there like that. There are so many games out there that are badly designed, in my opinion, badly designed games where people start bitching. Like, I'm not getting enough for this real fucking safe run. I'm in my baby stroller. I'm sucking on a tit. Why don't I get like a bajillion fucking credits for this? I should get a bajillion credits for being in a fucking baby stroller sucking on a tit. Apologies if some of you get offended by that. It's a truth bomb. It's a fucking truth bomb.
Otherwise, there's no incentive to develop your skills in a game that is designed around being a skill-based experience.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to live in a game where it's all PvP all day, every day, because there's sometimes it's nice to just kind of chill out, Yeah, it's the whole risk/reward concept, right? Where people just need to chill out, man, and accept the fact that if they're gonna make the big money, they got to risk it. And the highest risk is dealing with players. Better than any NPC, the highest risk is always dealing with players. Now, that's because NPCs are either like a joke or they're crazy OP. Like, it's very hard for games to get the NPCs in the right spot, I find. Let's say you're a very rich...
I love this from Mr. He says, I really enjoy cargo hauling, and I can't wait until I have to plot out a course and pray to Space Jeebus that I chose the right path through Pyro. It is all part of the fun. God bless you, mister. That is what I love. Industrials that wear their big boy pants that love the danger. You know what? I respect that. I respect that in spades, bro. That is what I dig. I do plenty of industrial work, man. Like when I'm in the game, I love trading. I love doing the mining. I talk about it all the time. I made manuals on it. I did tutorials. Like I dig that gameplay too. I dig that gameplay as well. Just because I love the PvP and it's my first choice and I love PvP, don't get me wrong. I love industrial play too. Some people say, oh, it's tedious. Oh, it's boring. Nah. I think it's fun. I'm a little bit of an armchair warrior as well. I love my Excel spreadsheets. I love to do that shit as well, mister. So I really appreciate that you said that, man. Really appreciate that. It looks like Ostentatious is offended by the breast remarks. Erad says, I can't wait for that too. Yeah. Oh, Cash had a bad experience. Per says, I love mining. The most exciting part is running to the market. The most disappointing thing is that I've never been pirated yet. Can't wait until it happens. Look, Per's asking for it. Per wants to be pirated. better talk to Mongrel. I'm going to tell Mongrel about that, Per. Be like, you know what? Little Ball Per has not got pirated yet. And I'll talk with Soriel, my friend over there, or Agents. Be like, hey, Little Ball Per needs pirated. You asked for it. Now you're gonna get it. What's up, Mario? We saw it. It's okay, says Mario. Is this Mario from Mongrel? Huh? Is that my boy? Woohoo! Is that Mario from Mongrel right there?
Space Dad. You know what I mean?
Awesome, dude. I think I got you on the platter today, bro.
Space Dad, right? Because Care Bear is apparently offensive. Trigger warning. Welcome to the Avenger stream. So you got a Space Dad, right? He's got lots of money. He's been mining all day, blah, 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 quantitative mining. But he goes, I really want to mine in Pyro because I can make twice as much in
So
Pyro
he's going to get security.
Time.
If he's smart.
But it's risky. So, hey, Avenger, maybe if I give you, let's say, 15% of the profit.
Come on with me.
Which is still.
And that makes an adventure.
Go from making 1 million credits in 2 hours to making 5 million credits in 2 hours.
Doc.
You know, like what's kicking an extra million over to your security force guys gonna really cost you? Because sometimes nothing will happen and you'll be like, well, right. I paid all that money for nothing.
But sometimes it does happen, and then security, if they know what they're doing, could come in and be like, boom. It's like the video we watched from Mongrels last week. They go in. It was a wonderfully executed fucking. It reminded me. I'm watching this show on Amazon called Animal Kingdom, right? And it's about these brothers that do these jobs. There's like a crew, and they plan everything out ahead of time. It's finely executed jobs, right? That's what Mongrel does. And they execute this wonderful fucking cat and mouse thing where they switch out A2s. You got to check it out. Check it out on the channel. It's an awesome video, and the guy who they're jacking is a dude named Trip. Not Trip out here from our community, but I think I've seen him a couple times. He streams all the time. I call him Trip for short. And he takes it like a man, and he's like, you know what, I'm gonna go after them. And you see it click. You start to see like, oh, this is what bounty hunting would be like. You know, like somebody's getting passionate about this and trying to find Mongrel. And he treated it, you know, in such a way that I was like, here you go. This is like bounty hunting becoming tier 0 gameplay. Like this is the birth of it, you know, like you start to see the passion, you know, and it becomes fun. And GGs were had all the way around, and it was great stuff. It really was.
And then other times a pirate will show up, and maybe a group of pirates will show up. And that security force that you bought, that insurance policy you bought, guess what? They came through. They protected you. You made your money. You know, and you survived, and you got a kind of exciting aspect.
And a story
well.
to tell.
So to me, it's an important aspect of the game.
Yes.
And I think people just need to, you know, accept the fact that there's gonna be risk, and that's one of the cornerstones to why the game, in my opinion, is so goddamn good.
Yes, absolutely, 110%. I've been saying it. I've been saying it since the beginning of time. I've been saying it here on the channel since like fucking I got involved with the project when we were theory crafting everything that we're talking about here, pirating and bounty hunting, and you know, I've been theory crafting this from like 2016. We were talking about this when none of this gameplay ever existed. I kept pounding the table about how important it was in the way that Elite Dangerous and Frontier Development and David Braben completely fucked it up. And some people say, well, that's just for the PvP community. That's such a small portion of the PvP community. I think it's very relative to the retention, to player retention of all players, PvE, PvP, because this type of gameplay brings about demand that is brought about in the economy. Like we brought out this example here, like Avenger said, like I've said in the past, where like people will hire security. You're creating demand for security organizations where the security organizations actually have a purpose for being there, which is opposed to the pirating. So you got your pirating, the demand's there to take people's loot, that loot as well being traded around. You know, this is all important elements to game design. It needs to be in the game for it to be a success, and they're going to stay the route. Cloud Imperium is going to stay the route. They're going to keep the danger in. Hopefully they don't water it down like 90% of other developers and publishers have done. And that's where they fail. And that's when they start to lose it. Because then the only people that play the game are the people that want that fucking breastfed A to B, no economy, no danger, one point to the other gameplay that is so fucking unsatisfying that can only entertain people that are fucking, it's like paramount to, like, you know, watching sheep chew on grass. Anyway, great video by Avenger. Fucking love him. Soul bro, man. That's my boy Avenger. Back to the show.